went to this bar and started patting this dog. And like I was like, oh, it looks quite domesticated to be alright. It wasn't like a stray dog.
Yeah.
And then it bit me and drew blood. So, but I was obviously shitting myself because I'd potentially got like 24 hours to live.
Yeah.
And I'm going.
Did you just have a timer on your phone?
I'm just going. I'll be fine. I'll be okay.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean. I think it's weird if someone's showing an interest in you and you ask them a question and you go, sorry, why are you talking about that for so much? Especially if it's your show and you're hosting it. I don't know. I feel like you should have trust in the other person.
What do you mean?
If you're going on someone else's show, I know it's not really a show, and I'd class it as a show, but it's not a big show.
Yeah.
You should trust that another person is like, I don't know. You've got to have a level of trust there.
I think it's the vibe,
I'm asking you today, you go, why are you asking me that? Like,
yeah, but I think they had.
I
think they had a preconception about it, and
Right.
I think they thought it was gonna be like a proper informative thing. But whereas like I just want a bit of a laugh, and like to be honest, I was like, I'd quite like to just us two people, have a bit of a chat and have a laugh. And see where it goes. Talk shit and have a few beers.
Yeah.
Like I don't want it. I'm not bothered about it blowing up or being super big. If that happens, sure, so be it. But at the very worst, it's a beer with a couple of mates and chatting shit, which is brilliant. Yeah.
And that's why I've kind of decided to do this. Like now is I enjoy it and I want to get better through doing it more. Like talking to people.
Yeah. And it isn't as easy as people make out. Like when that first one really, like it helped me because I was like, right, okay, this is what I need to be doing. I need a bit more preparation. And there were points where, we were kind of labouring a little bit and I should have moved on a little bit quicker. But at the same time, I think that's when I realised I don't want to be just the sole host. I'd quite like 3 people or so. So because you need the right people. If the interviewee was the right kind of person, then you
can bounce.
You can bounce off each other. But if you don't, if someone's coming in and doesn't really want to do it, it's gonna be shit.
Yeah, no, I get you. Welcome everybody to episode 13 of the Ed Squared podcast. We've got someone today who, if you haven't seen him already, he looks quite similar to me. And that's not just because I've found a doppelganger or an older version of me. He's in fact my brother Joe.
Hey.
Joe, yeah. You tried a bit of podcasting yourself. You saw me doing what I was doing, and you're like, let's hop on that.
Yeah, copy you a little bit, mate. Because usually, whatever you do, I can sort of do better. I
would hope if you'd been on this planet a third longer than me, that you would have that. So, but I'm
quick
20 now.
There as well.
I'm 20 as well, though. So now it's getting to a point where I don't have that excuse. Like when I was 15, and you were doing things like
Yeah.
But
what
now
you
I'm
mean,
like
when it's illegal for you to drink alcohol and I can drink alcohol?
No, just like things like, Joe's done this. Like, okay, I'll do that eventually. But now I'm 20, I'm like, okay, well, don't have less of an excuse.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. How were you when compare me to you when you were 20?
What was I doing when I was 20?
Like, were you similar to me?
I don't really know what the fuck I was up to at 20. Well, I was still at uni like you are.
Yeah.
And I was probably unwell. I had like part-time job and probably sleeping a lot, just being quite unproductive.
Yeah.
I think I had what do you call it? Oh, I was working at Ed's Easy Diner. Mm-hmm. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do.
No. So
yes, I do.
You do remember that?
Tell me about
it. And like, well, everyone thinks you go around. It's like an American diner, but everyone thinks you go around on roller skates. You don't. But they do play a lot of American songs, like "Everybody Goes Surfing."
7 years. Yeah, sure.
And so you can see like that. But doing that, and I also just used to sleep a disgusting amount. I got sleep paralysis for ages doing that.
Oh, wait, so, like, did you have visuals, like, when you woke up? Like, did you
No,
like,
I just thought I would be sleeping sometimes 12, 13 hours a day, and sometimes I thought, like, I'd have these dreams where I just wouldn't, I'd be in my bed and just wouldn't be able to move. and I've been like trying to move and talk and couldn't. And then what I realised years afterwards, that wasn't a dream. That was literally me. Like when you have sleep paralysis, you'll wake up. So I don't know like the sign that like this isn't excuse like my explanation of this, but like it's not very scientific. But you basically your brain kind of is still half asleep, but you're aware. Like, your brain's awake, but your muscles aren't.
You're
So,
conscious, but
Yeah,
your
yeah,
body
yeah.
hasn't physically woken
So
up.
like you're
Yeah.
going, but what happens is, like your brain, you're just there going, trying to move your body, and you're going in your brain, you're going
Yeah, you're freaking out.
But then if you do that, and then it just gets where it gets scary, because like a lot of people get it quite bad, where because they're still like half asleep, their dreams slip into the real world. So like a lot of people, because they're then panicking, they then see like a dark figure at the end of their bed.
Yeah, this is what I was trying to say.
And,
Did
like,
you ever see that?
Yeah, a couple of times. But you're meant to just fall back to sleep, which is hard.
That's really hard.
Yeah, but that's the best thing you should do. Yeah,
There's a dark
you're
creature
in
on the
the
end of your
deep
bed.
sleep.
Fall back to
But
sleep.
like before, no, because you can stop that from like. So say if I realise, yeah, see, yeah, I know what you mean.
Oh, yeah.
But before that happens,
Yeah.
you're meant to like not panic and be aware and just go, I'm actually just in a deep sleep. The best thing is to do is sleep. But yeah, that's what I was doing, just scared shitless.
Well, now you live in New Zealand, and but you've been back in like England for a bit. How's it been being back in England since? So you lived in how long have you lived in New Zealand for now?
5 years now. But I think finally here on the podcast. By the way, you tried to. I can't believe you can't do. Eddie is meant to be the technical guy, and he couldn't manage to do an interview with me overseas.
Well,
Like a Zoom one or whatever.
yeah, we should have done a Zoom one, but I feel like we wouldn't be having the same conversation. In person is so much better.
It
And I'm
is, but
glad
it still
that
would
this
have
is
been
happening.
good.
It would have been good. It would have been good. But I'm nevertheless you're here now,
But
so
yeah,
don't complain. Just get on with it.
Yeah, maybe I will. I will complain. Being British, isn't it?
No way.
Um,
But I used to, 5 years now in New Zealand.
Yeah, 5 years. It's all right. But I like being back in England. Although sadly, it does it's nice seeing family and friends, but the country's on its arse, really, isn't it? I mean,
Definitely.
The amount of times trains have been cancelled,
And also the amount of prime ministers we've had in the last 5 years.
I don't think the what is it? I don't know an organisation that hasn't been on strike since I've been here.
Yeah.
So,
you might not even be able to get back to New Zealand.
Yeah, maybe not.
Because sorry, all the pilots are now striking.
Yeah, they're striking. Nurses are striking.
Yeah.
Ambulance drivers are striking. Trains are striking.
And that, from my knowledge, I think
teachers.
Yeah. And from my knowledge, I think that's just the UK. I don't know, but I'm not.
Well, I don't know.
I'm not hearing these stories. Well, I don't know. I hope it's not the rest of the world, because that would be terrible.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't checked every single country in the world.
Well, from what you're saying, New Zealand's fine though. But
I don't follow the news a lot.
Yeah, so let's maybe not talk about news then.
Yeah.
Anyway, New Zealand. What would you say the main differences? Because a lot of people. Well, I've been there once. It's similar to the UK. What are the differences though?
We whinge a lot. We whinge loads.
British
people.
Yeah.
But so that's we whinge a lot about everything.
Yeah.
Whereas Kiwis are quite humble people, quite humble.
We
polite.
are humble though. English people aren't boastful. You can't say English people are boastful. You think we are as people?
Yeah.
I look at Americans and go, I wouldn't say it's wrong, but they're
proud.
They're more comfortable talking about positive things.
Yeah, they're proud.
We as English aren't both. I wouldn't say that's true.
No, I think you'll get mixed. I think there's the stiff upper lip where you get on with it and don't get along with things, which I don't think is the right attitude to have anyway. It's pretty awful nowadays and age. They're great for mental health.
Suicide rates.
Yeah. So, but the suicide rates for men in New Zealand is awful as well.
Oh, really?
But
I think
anyway,
that's
I won't get into that. But yeah, it is bad for particularly in men over there as well. But I would say we're quite cocky. We are quite cocky.
I think you're just talking about yourself. You're just
No.
maybe an anomaly.
If you go traveling, like you wouldn't know if you haven't been traveling.
So wait, no, you're basing
We're quite
British
cocky.
people.
I'm
Yeah,
quite
but traveling
cocky.
British people, I feel like anybody who travels is more confident in themselves. So what?
No.
I'm talking
Just
about
generally.
Brits in general.
Like you watch England go to the World Cup.
Yeah,
It's coming home.
that's
you know?
the drinking culture, though. That's because they're
But
all
that's
drunk.
a big part. That's a big part of our culture.
That is. I think us
There's
abroad.
a big culture.
Us abroad are wankers. Don't get me wrong. Us English people abroad are just like, do I want to learn the language? No. Like,
But that comes back to us in England as well. Look, we're not trying to hate on England too much, but we are. Well, I think we are.
I agree. We are
quite
dickheads
cocky.
abroad.
Yeah.
I would just say, like, there's not many times where we brag about ourselves and we talk about our achievements.
Yeah, but it's hard
that's
to.
what
It's
I'm
hard
saying.
to when you've colonised most of the world, isn't it?
Well,
That's why a
anymore,
lot of people. That's why a lot of people hate us.
Well, maybe we're closetly boastful. Then is that what you're trying to say? We're just like we.
No,
don't wanna
I
say
just
things.
think we can be. Obviously, it's a generalisation, but as a country, I think we are quite cocky. But maybe I am.
Yeah, I think you're.
I am, but I think English people are in general.
fair
Look,
enough.
I do think they are.
Well, what about like
But Kiwis are quite humble. They're nice people. Hospitable, happy to help.
Yeah.
I think people in England are as well.
Sure.
But look at, I've been to Germany. They can speak our language. They're happy to help. Whereas I think if, a German person couldn't speak English and only spoke German and tried to ask for help in England, one, that person probably wouldn't be able to speak German, and second, I don't think they'd be as accepting of it.
Well, yeah.
Or not accepting, they just wouldn't have as much time. They'd be just going, okay, mate, why are you speaking to me? Like,
yeah. What is that language?
Yeah, what is that language? I'm just, I don't think
sure.
they have as much time.
Yeah. Well, you were talking about
Hating on the British people a lot. But
you were in Sweden recently, and you were saying how 99% of people you approached, as soon as they found out you didn't speak Swedish, they're like, hello, how are you?
Yeah, mate, they spoke better English than we did.
Yeah,
so did the Danes as well.
Yeah. We are not, as English people, we're not very willing. We're not willing to
Well, that's
learn
why
other
we're
things.
cocky as well. Like, we don't want to learn another language.
That's ignorant. I don't think that's being cocky, but fair. We can
Ignorant,
agree.
yeah, sure.
Yeah, I think mate, I'm not saying this is not me going,
You're
hail
like
England,
it, yeah.
hail. You
BNP,
you think I'm like that,
EDL guy.
Yeah, sure, Tommy Robinson all the way.
No, I think we're good in other ways, though. I do think we're like.
So
but
I
feel like I have to give some compliments to English. I'll try and find some compliments.
So you don't get your visa denied.
Yeah,
so you can return.
what else? What is good? What would you say? What are
Good.
good traits about England? Then?
I think the banter and
the banter that's
the
something
banter's
they like
good.
over there. Like, we've got good banter. Everything.
banter,
that's what we got. England. Best trait. Banter,
but
great banter.
If you said banter, I mean we're willing to take the piss out of ourselves, which is good.
Yeah,
self-deprecation. But apart from that, shit weather. It's hard to tell.
Yeah, but around the people.
Okay, the people. Because we'll move on to obviously the weather's much better in New Zealand, but just life there and other things. But English people, overall, probably. Yeah, I'm trying to think of positives right now, but
I think you're right. The band's good. I think
probably
generally we're quite polite people. We like a queue. That's big.
polite. Yeah, we're polite.
We are polite people. Well, we're polite to people's faces.
Yeah. But yeah, as soon as we're very gossipy.
I think we're quite good at being sarcastic. That's quite good.
I think for the size of our country, well, I can say that a lot of comedians, a lot of things have gone worldwide, and you look at Ricky Gervais and stuff, and it's popular in other countries. But yeah, we're quite brutal as well. We're quite
quite brutal.
But
that,
we
is
share
that positive?
With
I don't know if it is positive.
the British,
I think
the British Empire. That's not good.
Yeah.
Brutal people. Yeah, no. So
I think I don't know. Oh, well, we're quite. What is the word? Some of us are quite. I don't know.
Reserved. What do you mean?
I suppose we can be quite reserved and quite. It depends though, because the south of England, I feel like, is a little bit more reserved than the north.
Yeah, fully.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. There's
It's probably going to be people so angry about this, with, like
what?
Southerners being like, we are open too, and like,
Yeah. I mean, we're
you
probably
know,
got.
there's going to be a lot of haters. Because you told me you get a lot of haters on the podcast.
Oh, I do TikTok. So
TikTok.
if you get a
So they're
clip
going
on
to hate
TikTok,
on me.
how you
Everything
feel
I've
about
said
that?
now about
Yeah,
English,
yeah.
they go, oh, he's gone to New Zealand now.
I'm posting
Yeah,
as well because
yeah.
that'll get the most comments.
And
So then
they'll
that'll go up.
"What's-"
Yeah. So what can I
Yeah,
say?
who's this
What can I
arsehole?
say that will really annoy them? Labour Party. I love the Labour Party.
Do you reckon?
Nah, yeah.
What about
I feel like a lot
if you
of
just-
right wing people.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
if you were to say like fuck the Tories, they'd hate that.
Oh yeah, they would.
They
be.
would hate
But we'd
that.
never say that. But fuck no.
Yeah.
We never say that. Yeah, but the culture. What about just like, of course, the weather's better. New Zealand, sure, but I think I'd want to describe New Zealand because I don't think a lot of people know what it is. It's such a small
A lot
place.
of people don't even put it on the map, do they?
Yeah, so okay, you're the like kind of salesperson for New Zealand. You're trying to just like put it on the map. You've got like a minute to like sell New Zealand.
I think if you went to New Zealand, the land of opportunity. No, I would say New Zealand's very green. It's a very untouched place still. Like for example, where I live, you can. I would. By the way, I would never do this, but a lot of people say this. You could snowboard and surf in the same day if you really wanted to. I don't know why people would.
By what? So you go? Is that
you go up the mountains and go snowboard, and then you could actually come back down and surf again if you wanted in one day. There's like 2-3 hours.
USB? There you go.
Yeah,
You're selling it to me. USB.
Surfing. It's a lot of it like outdoor adventure sort of.
You could surf. You could technically surf in any sea. So yeah, I could.
You can't surf in any sea.
Well, I'm trying to say you need waves, right? But
Yeah.
it doesn't necessarily have to be
can't
good weather.
down.
It doesn't have to be good weather, but yeah, I get what you mean.
No, you can't go down to like Scarborough Beach and surf. I
Yeah,
don't
the waves
think
have
so,
to be
anyway.
like.
Yeah, you need good waves. Like you
Yeah.
can't surf everywhere in New Zealand either.
Okay.
But yeah, I would say it's just very beautiful. Like when you're like so I work in Christchurch, but then when like I go for drives places like 10 minutes out of the country, and you've got like beautiful mountains and greenery everywhere, you realise how beautiful the country is, and that's when I remember that I'm in New Zealand and how beautiful it is.
Yeah.
People in New Zealand, well, I talked to my girlfriend about it. I'm like, but it's just normal to her. Whereas I'm like, this is amazing. But she kind of like that's just normal to her, so it kind of takes it for granted.
But then I hear what you were talking how like there's certain things everyone gets excited about. Like American people get excited about, oh, these houses are so small in England.
Yeah.
Like it's the grass is always greener though. You got to remember on the other side. I feel like. But from what you're describing there's a lot more positives to living in New Zealand.
I'm speaking literally as well. The grass is green.
The grass is literally greener. But you got what I'm trying to say? You take for granted what you're around all the time. And
yeah.
So, but me being in Manchester here, I'd be like, give me sun. Because there's literally maybe a month where you get, or maybe a couple of weeks where there's where you can just wear a t-shirt. Maybe I think there's max 2 weeks a year.
Where you can just go
Just a
and wear
t-shirt.
a nice little tee.
But yeah, there you go. I mean, we can tell this is two British people talking because we're just talking about the weather. That's really good.
The people.
Yeah, go on,
fair
disrespect the host a bit more. Yeah.
enough.
Yeah. So yeah, now I was talking about you going to Sweden earlier.
Yeah.
Places you've gone to. And I think from what you can say,
it's quite
you've
warm.
said it. Yeah, do you like that? Or
Yeah, I quite
you
like that.
touching that.
It's quite nice.
Does it make you feel like comfortable?
The warmth.
Yeah, you're like going to comfort. Yeah.
Like the womb.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, it takes me back to.
Yeah. But what I'm trying to say is, you've said it before, and you've already started boasting about it. You've gone traveling quite a bit.
I don't use all, but I do travel quite a bit.
Yeah.
And therefore that makes me a better person than you.
A better person. And once again, I probably will travel. So, okay, bro. Weird flex.
Yeah.
But well, that's why I've got here. That's why you're here to talk about it.
Yeah,
okay?
yeah.
Life experiences.
Look, you're asking me.
Yeah.
You're almost asking me to flex.
Right. Shut up. Favorite place you travel to then? Travel man.
Yeah. So there's a few places, but I think up there is probably Guatemala.
Mm.
Do you know where that is?
South America.
Central America, technically.
Oh, fuck. Oh, that's
yeah.
pretty close.
So, but it is.
Is it on the? It's borderline.
It's actually technically part of North America.
Oh fuck.
Yeah. So.
Okay, so it goes America, Mexico,
Panama.
and then is it like?
It'll
South
go
of
like
Mexico?
is like then after Mexico is Guatemala. There's like Belize, El Salvador around that area, and then you go down into like Nicaragua. There's Costa Rica and Panama, and that's like Central America. I might have missed a few countries out, but that's pretty much it. Yeah, but I went. Yeah, I loved Guatemala because I really like coffee. So I went to like the coffee farms there, coffee plantations, I believe is the appropriate word.
Coffee beans, the beans.
Yeah, it was like some of their coffee there's amazing. But no, one of the best things I did was I went up a volcano called Acatenango. Is it Acatenango? I believe so. That might be the lake. But anyway, I went up Acatenango. What was it? Yeah, and we hiked. It was a 2-day hike, overnight hike.
Sure.
So you go up there, go to the top of that volcano, sleep until sunrise, and then you go to the top of the volcano and get to see, and you look out upon another volcano in the sunset.
So do you go in the morning because that's when like it's the coolest?
Yeah, you get to see sunrise. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
But then on the night as well, when you stay over, you get to see Volcan de Fuego.
Okay.
So you know what that is. Spanish.
Yeah,
you know what that
de
is.
Fuego.
Fuego. Do you not
it's
know that?
volcano of the something. Yeah.
Yeah, I reckon you would know. Fuego.
I've forgotten that.
You
man.
know that.
I
You're
should
gonna
know
be annoyed
that.
if I tell you.
Yeah. What is it? Fuego.
Fuego.
Volcano of.
Think about heat.
Oh, hot.
No.
So heat. Steamy.
Fire.
Volcano
Fuego.
fire.
Yeah.
Fire.
So because it's always erupting
Oh, that's good.
like little bits.
Oh, okay. So
like not, but then it did actually a couple of years ago fully erupt, and it was quite horrendous.
So what would be the chances of you doing that and it erupting? Like
not
what?
very much.
Okay.
I mean, it happens. I don't know how many years, but
Oh, okay.
I think it'd been fucking ages before that.
You're just sleeping like near the volcano. You go.
But then
Why is it getting really hot all of a sudden? Yeah.
Yeah, but the one we went up was inactive, I believe, and then we looked over and you could just see in the dead of night this volcano erupting. It was pretty unreal. So that was probably one of like my highlights. And I didn't really like it, but back then I hated hiking and walking.
Okay.
And like went up there in like joggers, like Primark joggers, some New Balance trainers, and like a Nike hoodie. When really I should have gone up with a little bit more gear.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I'd be really confused going to a volcano at night because I'm like, is it going to be hot? Is it not? That's fascinating.
No, it wasn't. It's just like going up a mountain because it's inactive.
Yeah, true. Oh, yeah, you said it's inactive. But I would still be like, well, what if it just became active, you know? What if it just decided? No, I get that would be cool. I've never thought about that. I've seen videos of people like going like really close to lava and like cooking things in lava in like volcanoes. And like, have you seen these videos of like people in Arizona where they're just like, oh, it's like 50 degrees.
Oh, and they cook like eggs.
I'll cook like an egg. So yeah, they do that. But yeah, that's probably
on lava. What are they cooking on lava?
What they're cooking on lava. I think I can't really remember, but they were just doing ridiculous like stunt. That they were just going really close. It didn't look safe. There's a lot of like people really underestimate nature, and they just go, yeah, this is really fun. It's a volcano. But yeah, that sounds cool. What else? So you've been to Guatemala, you had the coffee, and is that when you started getting addicted to coffee then?
No, I think I was always addicted to coffee.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
I've always thought Colombia was well known for its coffee as well.
Yeah, there's a few places, but like Guatemala's up there. I think I just really liked like the coffee I was having at the time was Guatemalan, really nice.
Okay,
so I was like, right. I think that's literally why I picked to go there. But it's really cool. Antigua's a really cool place as well, which is where we were based before we went on the hike.
Nice.
Which is just a beautiful place.
I'm fully with you there though. At my age, when someone says a hike, doesn't really spark my interest too much.
I know, yeah, it never used to spark my interest, but it's actually just quite nice to, you know, go out
Why
and
is
just have a
that?
little walk and get away from like devices
Yeah.
and stuff like that. It's just
It's
quite
weird.
nice, I think, and quite refreshing.
Mm.
And then you get to talk to like whoever you're going with. You've got their undivided attention, haven't you? It's not like they can do anything or they can go and do the washing up or check
That's
their
true,
email or
true.
stuff like that.
Yeah, you probably have like the deepest chats with people when you're in the most like desolate places because like no distractions.
Deep thing.
That's deep. We're deep.
Yeah.
Well, that's deep, bro. That's
Yeah.
Deep. Well, I tried to get deep there, but you kind of just.
What is it?
debunked.
D&M?
D&M.
Yeah, is that deep and emotional? Like when you have a
I'm
D&M
not.
with someone.
I'm not with these boomers, man.
Times I've felt most scared. One time I went to Houston, like I was saying, because we were on our way to Texas and we took the Greyhound buses, and like the it was myself and a friend, and basically I walked under this bridge and it was pretty dodgy where the Greyhound bus dropped us off and we needed to go to transfer to another one, and it was under this bridge, and basically there was a lot of like gang members in this bridge. What I can only assume were gang members, and like I just walked by, and I was like this 20-year-old white guy, like, and then behind me, I was just getting like just basically called a honky and like just racial slurs.
White
towards
racial
me.
slurs, yeah.
And I was absolutely shitting myself. And I was just like, I need to keep walking as fast as I can and get the fuck on this bus. But I don't know if I'd take Greyhound buses after that.
So Greyhound, I don't know what they are.
It's just like a cheap way to get across America.
Cheap way, yeah.
Like they're like just like National Express here.
Yeah, okay, fair.
But
And I didn't think. Well, I'm not too familiar with Houston, but that was like capital. But
just
it's like
realised
it was
it-
like in a bad
it's
area
like
in
I think
Houston.
it's the state capital of Texas.
Yeah, Houston. Yeah.
Well, I
Wow.
was absolutely shitting myself. Yeah.
I think you told me that story before, and I assumed it was in like South America, which is quite bad. But that's interesting that happened. But so,
Yeah.
wasn't there another situation on a bus where you like nearly like wasn't the bus driver held at gunpoint or something?
Yeah. So we went. Basically, I was travelling around. I basically went to. I was going from. I think it was like. Well, it doesn't really matter, but it was some city in Mexico to San Cristobal, and you have to go. That's in the mountains. So you have to do like a 7-hour drive, and I was in a big coach. You imagine like a National Express or a megabus with just 3 people on it.
Sure.
And it was like 2 French people and me, and then so basically I went to sleep and basically just kind of batted my eyelids open, and I just I like turned to the left and to look down the highway and could see my bus driver like this outside on the road with the light shining on him, and these 3 men with balaclavas, and one of them would just had him, and he was just going like that, and then he passed. Right at that point, I was like, oh my god, if they come on this bus, because I've heard of people that come on the bus, still like passports, phones, everything like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, if I put my passport down my pants, I was like, I'm fucked without that, but I could probably go without money, and I could probably go without my like phone and stuff like that. I could probably work it out. But without your passport, it's going to be really difficult to get out of the country. So yeah, and then he passed them some money, and then after me shitting myself quite a bit, they passed the money. The bus driver passed the money over, walked into the bus, back on the bus, and just started driving again. And the French people could speak better Spanish than I could. Asked him why, and he was just saying that can happen from time to time.
Wow.
They basically just have. Like, I think that's what we take for granted in places like here in the UK. Like that is they just have people like that knocking about, and the bus driver has money to pay those people.
Yeah, I was gonna ask. Do they say, like this guy probably? I don't know.
He's just like, what are you gonna do?
First Mexican name that comes to head, like Pablo or something. Goes, Pablo, before you set off.
I don't even know if that's Mexican. It sounds more Colombian.
Okay,
But
whatever.
it could be, couldn't it? Like South
give me a name.
American
Give me any
I
South American.
reckon like you what a real stereotypical
Joe, what? Give me a name. Give me a name.
of like a Mexican person like Fernandez.
Fernandez. Okay.
Fernando.
That's
That'd be more Spanish,
Portuguese.
wouldn't it? That'd be more Spanish.
Yeah. Anyway, Pablo. He goes,
Right,
"Oh, hey, Pablo, before you set off, here's your $100 like buffer, just in case anybody comes on."
Yeah.
That is insane. Because I was like, if that's come out of his own pocket, he's given him like, he's probably not on a lot of money. Let's be honest. That is fucked. Damn. So yeah, you probably have PTSD of buses now. When we got on the bus in like Manchester today or yesterday, were you like?
Yeah, I'm just going around going.
Yeah. No.
God no. Yeah.
No, that's cool, man.
No, that was pretty mental. Yeah.
So, but we go a bit further north. You've also been to America. Well, yeah, you're talking about Houston and things like that. You went to the West Coast as well. Didn't you been to the West Coast of America?
Yeah, I went to the West Coast in New York. Yeah, it was.
That's East Coast, dude.
Oh yeah, it's East Coast as well. Yeah, West
Had a
Coast
couple of days.
American. Yeah. Yeah, I went there. I stayed in Santa Cruz, which was cool. Did my first bit of surfing there. Did I catch a few waves? Yes.
You can you can surf.
No.
Okay.
Terribly.
Sure.
Yeah, terribly. I actually nearly I broke my skull surfing as well because I was walking near these rocks where the waves were coming in quite hard, and like one wave came in and I was like, my board was like this, and the board as well, and the wave smashed me, and like because there were loads of rocks behind me, took me over like that, and luckily I didn't smash my head, but I could have done it.
Did you? Did you go like that, or no? You were
no,
lucky?
I don't know what I was doing to be honest.
I really want to go. Well, I was meant to go this summer to Dorset, near Dorset, there's a coast there where you can surf. The West Coast.
Yeah,
I forgot
like
Cornwall, and things like that.
Torquay.
And just try it. But these things like that and like
the hardwood is cool.
Yeah.
Like when I've caught my first wave, and it was a very small wave. I don't even. Most surfers would.
Would it class as a wave? Maybe just.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
The feeling of doing it was awesome.
Yeah. I feel like when you start anything like that, well, that's the thing. We did axe throwing, and that was good because I was scared we were going to do it and just not get a hang of it at all. And that's the thing, that if you're like doing this thing for a first time, it can really put you off if you're just not good at it first time.
Yeah, but that's kind of, I think it's like,
okay,
fair enough, but it's kind of dumb to me because it's like, but it's not dumb because people can get self-conscious and stuff, but like everyone's got to start somewhere, haven't they?
But yeah, I know, but it's just kind of like, oh, have I got this much time to put this much? I suppose it depends. And
well, you definitely do. You're
like,
a student, mate.
I really want to learn the guitar now. Like I've been around at uni, like around like a few.
Are you just trying to copy me? Like,
I've been around.
I wanted to learn the guitar.
I've been at uni.
You were a drums guy when you were
was
younger.
drums, and my parents couldn't afford it, so we stopped paying me, which is fair enough.
I don't know if that was correct.
I did not quit. I did not quit. Anyway,
no,
what I'm trying to say is,
I think if you really wanted to do the drums, they would have done it.
Okay.
I think it was probably more Xbox.
Maybe. No. I'm trying to right now.
Sorry. Just calling you out there.
Maybe I. That's how I remember
You're
it anyway.
Just trying to play on like.
I'm trying to.
I card, and
yeah,
you want more
sure.
followers for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Subscribe for more money? I need money right now. No, but for real, I want to play guitar because when I'm with musicians and they're all just jamming and I'm just like,
when the fuck are you around that environment?
Housemate and also. Yes, friends around.
Right. So you just around the
when
campfire.
One of my last guests, Joe, my friend, he came over just after we recorded. He grabbed it. They both had guitar, and they were fucking jamming.
Right.
Have you witnessed people jamming? It's the most incredible thing ever. So it's just improvisation.
That would be cool, but
how cool
is
that?
At the same time, like sometimes you're at a party and there's one guy that's like, "Oh, I'll play," and you're like, "Oh God, not this again."
Yeah, true.
Fucking Christ.
I think it depends.
Haters gonna hate though, aren't they?
Haters gonna hate.
I'm just gonna celebrate as well.
Right. So that's kind of the weirdest, crazy story.
I think it would be. Yeah. I think so. I think the weirdest like story or the scariest story was when I mean, look, if you're gonna go over to Southeast Asia and you quite like animals, just get a get a rabies shot. You know, because if you
Feel like this is gonna.
following, I went over. I call it like the
Southeast Asia.
story. Yeah, I went to Laos, and oh no, sorry, Laos I believe is the language. Lao is where I went.
Okay.
But I call
I'll
this
allow
one
it.
I call this one like the Asian Resident Evil hospital story.
God.
That's what I call it.
God. Okay. Dun,
It's
dun,
like
dun.
a clickbait name.
Yeah, yeah.
But like, so I went to.
You need to note that down.
I went
actually.
to Laos.
That's a good title.
Yeah, I went to Laos, and it was this place. It was like very beautiful. It was like looked like it was somewhere out of, I've forgotten the name of the town I was in there, but it looked like it was something out of Jurassic Park.
Sure.
Unreal scenes like
Mhm.
mountains, jungle, stuff like that. It was unreal. And went there, and I quite like animals and dogs, but like when I went to get my jabs before, all the nurses were like, "Do not touch dogs and cats while you're over there. Don't do it, Joe." And I was like, "Right, okay." And anyway, went to this bar and started patting this dog, and like I was like, "Oh, it looks quite domesticated to be alright." It wasn't like a stray dog.
Yeah.
And then it bit me and drew blood. So I was like, and at this point I was on like a tour, you know, like STA travel, and we were on like a 28-day tour.
Okay,
And
with like a bunch of people.
Yeah,
right.
so like and then basically this happened at night, and this guy was like, the tour guide was Cambodian, and I said, "Hey, I'm gonna have to go." So I'd had jabs, but what the jabs do they can prevent, they're just a preventative, so they might give you like because when rabies kicks in, you get the symptoms, you're fucked. So
Right.
you die. Like you start from the
Yeah.
mouth and you die. So that's why that's what happens when stray dogs and stuff like that can have rabies, and if they bite you and draw blood, they can put rabies in
Yeah.
your system.
Okay.
And usually, I think if you haven't had the jab, it's about 12 hours they give you. You've got
So
to
you
go
have 12 hours to get to the
to
hospital.
get another jab, or just to get your first jab to stop shit going on.
Okay, yeah, sure.
But then I had a jab, and I think it gave me 24, 48 hours.
Alright, chilling, mate.
So, but I was obviously shitting myself
no.
because I'd potentially got like 24 hours to live.
Yeah.
And I'm going.
Did you just have a timer on your phone?
I'm just going. I'll be fine. I'll be okay.
And then like the tour guide's going, "We've got to go to the next city."
Mate,
no,
yeah,
I haven't.
Yeah.
No.
So this is what he did though, because he was like, I was like, "Mate, I need to go to the hospital."
Sure.
In Laos, and like it was in like quite a rural part of the country, and like I said, it was like Jurassic Park world, and we anyway at midnight, me and the Cambodian tour guide took me to this hospital. Honestly, mate, it looked like something. It was fucking huge, and it looked like something off of Resident Evil. Like, and I was like, it was midnight, so we were walking around this hospital, and there was no one in there. Like, it was just like pitch black, like walking around, and like you could barely see.
Yeah.
And like, but I was going. But basically, then the reason for my hurry was, the next 2 days we were staying with this village of people that didn't have like electronics. We were going on a little riverboat and staying with them for 2 days. So I had to get the jab now,
Yeah.
or else I was. But meanwhile, my tour guide was going, "It'll be okay," and I was just going.
Was he like there with you?
Yeah,
in,
he was
in the
very
hospital.
well.
Like you're stressing out. I was like, it's fine.
He was like, you'll come to the next bit with us, and I was going, if I can't get a job here, I'm just gonna get a flight and go to Thailand and get my jobs there.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do that, you idiot.
He's just like,
yeah.
Mate, I've seen this many
Yeah,
times.
and I was just going, absolutely not. I
Yeah.
don't care. My life is like actually in danger. Right now.
Yeah.
I potentially have rabies right now.
Yeah.
I don't care about missing a couple of days of a trip.
Mm.
So we were walking around this hospital,
Sure.
and like no one's there. So like we just have to start like barging into rooms. Well, we'll knock and then open rooms, and I'm going, don't know. Anyway, so one room I walked into, and it's just like old people in these beds, and like Laotian people just in the beds, and I was going, okay, and shutting the door, going into the next room. And anyway, I find this one room finally, because obviously I'm quite desperate. I'm just going, hello, and then I find this room, and it's finally a doctor and a nurse, and they sleep there, so they're just going, like this. And then so I have like my records of like the jabs that I've had. The doctor there doesn't speak a word of of Cambodian or Thai, which or English, so obviously I speak English. He spoke Cambodian and Thai quite well.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't really speak Laotian
Right.
or Laos.
I think you were saying Laos before.
Yeah,
Like when
sorry,
you first-
Lao. I think this. Yeah, you go to Laos, they speak in Laos.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah, they speak Laos. So, well, anyway, it doesn't really matter, does it? And anyway, them two were barely being able to communicate. So then, in broken English, this man comes up to me, the doctor comes up to me, and he goes, "You have monkey shot. You now have ape shot." And I was going, or something like, you have monkey shot, now you have gorilla shot, or something. I was just going, come again? And
Yeah.
my
Meanwhile,
and I was just honestly get the needle in my body and save my life. But anyway, managed to, on the way back, I spoke to the tour guide who was like trying to speak with him, but what he was trying to say was, this is a different brand of jab that you've had in England.
Sure.
But he was like describing it in the weirdest way possible,
Off-brand,
rather than being like, "Oh, you've had a Nike shot. No, you got Puma."
Yeah.
He was going, it would be like, you have chimpanzee, now you have gorilla shots.
Maybe they don't have brand, like maybe that's their, way of.
It was very odd, but I was shitting myself. But yeah, anyway.
So you weren't even sure what you're getting, but you just like,
Mate,
I'll
I
take
didn't have
it.
a choice.
Yeah.
And I didn't really even know, because I didn't think I'd get into a situation where I was gonna get rabies. So yeah.
I mean, the funniest thing you said was when they're like, "Oh, I'm just waking up. Sorry, just hold on. I'll get a coffee first. Just need to."
Yeah.
This is like so casual.
I'm just going. But this was in the dead of night. But that was weird. Like just boshing through that hospital. It was pretty crazy. So get your shots. Like, moral of the story: get a rabies shot, because
Were you offered one before?
Yeah, you probably won't need it, and you won't be silly like me, but. When you do need it, you fucking need it.
Yeah, I'm probably that dumb though. If I saw like a really cute dog, I'm definitely gonna go.
Yeah, a little pat.
Like,
you weren't even that cute though.
You were raised in the UK, so you're just like, oh, any dog I can just pat.
Yeah.
This is the thing. People just.
It was a scraggly old German Shepherd. Yeah,
so
and
it wasn't
worth the rabies. I think if you're like, what dog are you patting to get rabies?
Oh,
what dog's worth the risk?
Fucking Labrador or like
a
a golden retriever. If I was in Thailand, and I didn't. Sorry, mate. Like, they're so cute, but I feel like you wouldn't see them. Did you see many?
Loads of stray dogs just knock about the streets. Yeah, even stray dogs or stray cats. Lots of them as well. Yeah, lots of them.
I don't know.
I almost got bitten by a monkey as well once. But yeah, like just after that scenario as well.
What, in this village you went to?
Well, we went to Indonesia and we went to a place called Ubud. Look, TikTokers, don't hate on me if I'm not quite pronouncing that correctly.
Oh, okay, sure. Yeah.
Or I think the wrong pronunciation is Ubud, but it's Ubud. Anyway,
I
was taking a picture next to there's like a monkey forest that you can go to, and there's loads of monkeys to knock about, and like. He was sat there, and like I tried to like scoot up close to him for the picture, and then he kind of just grabbed me, and I was like, and then I was just going.
He grabbed your arm.
Yeah, he just grabbed like the.
They're strong, right?
And like they.
Did you feel its strength?
Yeah, no, they were still a little like
but for its size, they're fucking strong.
Like spider monkeys and stuff. I think I'm not too sure, but they would. And one grabbed one just took my baseball cap. That was gone.
Oh yeah, not getting that back.
So you're not getting that back.
Okay.
Unless you climb in the trees and risking rabies again, yeah.
It is kind of dumb that we go, oh, just put ourselves next. Fair enough, like a small, what do you say, chimpanzee? No, not a chimpanzee. What do you say, a monkey? I'd probably do it. But like when people go up next to orangutans and have you seen these?
Quite when gentle, aren't they?
They can be, but like just like the fucking force that I just wouldn't take that. You just
how many even like a fight.
Yeah.
Say like this is your scenario.
Okay.
You've been dropped off. You wake up in the Colosseum.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm imagining this now. Yeah.
And you're butt naked.
Okay.
And there's a gorilla, a big silverback gorilla there.
How
many other naked Eddies do you...
There's a silverback gorilla?
Yeah, however naked men and women do you reckon you'd need to
Okay.
battle that.
So there's female
and just
me's
bear in
and male
mind,
me's.
they're all waking up as well, going, "What's going on?"
So we're all not knowing.
You don't know
But
what's
the
going
gorilla
on.
knows, or
The
is the gorilla ready?
Gorilla's
Ready.
ready to absolutely
Okay,
fuck you
I
up.
need at least 15, 10 for.
You reckon you could take on a
I think
gorilla?
15. How? No, I'm saying how many of me?
Yeah, just other random
Over random people
men,
as well.
yeah, or women,
adults.
whatever,
Let's say
people.
adults.
Yeah, adults. Yeah.
You need. I'm saying, and this might be me being naive. At least like 15, maybe 20 people
But
without weapons. and shit.
Can you just imagine this? You're waking up dazed, right?
Yeah.
I think you need tactics for it.
Yeah, but you wouldn't have.
You
Well,
wouldn't
you just
have
say
time because before you even think, you'd be like, "Hey, we all just charge him."
Yeah,
And
but then,
that's one gone.
But then,
like,
while
he's
you say
ripping
that,
your limbs off, bollocks are gone.
one person's dead already. So then everyone's like, mental's let me run. Everyone else is like, nobody's grouping together.
You can't escape.
But
So how many do you reckon?
You need more. Now that you say that, everyone's gonna be frightened. You'd need at least like 30 because
I think
then
at least
everyone would
30.
realise.
You'd have to just,
Everyone would
You'd
realise.
have to just dive on it, and there'd be a few people that would
You'd take the
have to
front.
sacrifice.
Yeah, but you wouldn't want to be that, especially the random people
you
as well.
wouldn't
If
wanna
the
be the
random people
first
as well, I'm just like
Jumping on him,
I'll be the last
just
guy.
jumping on his back and just going.
Yeah, that would
trying
do
to choke
so
him
much.
out, and he's just goes.
Well, yeah.
It's like the Hulk in Avengers, just going.
Yeah, you
and
could
just
literally
go-
pick your
and
one
they
arm.
literally pull. They pull your arms off.
Yeah.
And your scrotum as well.
Yeah, I mean,
your scrotum as well.
I mean, I'm not sure how vicious they are, but orangutans and things. There's certain animals that just rip your face off. They do more brutal shit than that. They like rip your dick off, things like that.
That's what I mean. They would
Yeah,
just
but
take
that's
your
worse.
limb for limb. They'd literally.
I feel like it'd be a quicker death though with a gorilla. I feel like you're.
I don't know if I'd choose death by gorilla.
No, for sure. But yeah, just talking about that, you realise you probably underestimate.
So you reckon
Most people would underestimate that, I think.
You reckon 30? I reckon
Yeah.
at least 30.
Because while you're
Some
going,
people
let's,
think
because you
some-
need.
You imagine some people tell me 10, and I'm like, you are an idiot.
What's the most common answer you've got back from that?
I don't know. A lot of people, you got to think about it. A lot of people are like, why are you naked first?
Yeah, I was gonna ask. Like,
because
am I
then you
shaving?
don't-
Did I shave my pubes or not? Like, I
Where
just
there,
because
why does that
if
matter?
it's a coliseum, I don't want to.
What, it's spectators there.
There's spectators
you don't know.
there.
You just been, you've just been kind of like knocked out on the street.
Yeah.
And then somebody's popped you in there.
I'd probably like if there's like 30 people.
Would you prefer to have a full bush at that point?
Yeah, because it's like primal. Then you're like
Right,
primal,
okay,
right?
you reckon
Maybe
it'd
be
give
a
you-
bit more like
right.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I don't know. How do you think what would you do in that though? So let's say there's 30 people, and I think at 30 people it's still like 50-50 if we all survive. Maybe not. There's 25.
Yeah, I just think-
What's your tactic? Are you running and going, I'll face him last? Or are you that leader
I don't
going,
wanna-
let's all do this?
I'd probably be waking up just going, come again? What is going on?
No, you don't have time. You don't have time to. No, you don't have time for that.
but I would. You'd have to go through what the fuck's going on?
But
And
then,
I
like,
think you'd
you're
have
seeing
to
someone
go.
getting his head ripped off.
Yeah,
So you that would go really
I
quick.
think you just have to all jump on him,
You'd all have to charge at the same
restrain
time.
him,
Kick
yeah.
him in the face, poke him in the eye. I think
The
I'd be going
eyes
dirty.
would be-
I'd just be
eyes
like,
would be-
yeah, you need to get rid of his sight.
You'd have to go for the eyes.
Yeah. Okay.
Unfortunately. Yeah.
But is there anything you kind of want to touch on before I?
No, I think Eddie, I think I'm probably the biggest fan of Ed Squared podcast. So,
Fair.
I mean, I might be tired now, but I'm pretty hyped to be here.
We've had a lot of big
I've
fans as well,
been-
so that's saying a lot. We've got a lot.
Yeah, you've got. I mean,
Especially on TikTok as well. There's a lot of big. I see you guys on TikTok, big fans
Yeah,
as
yeah.
well. All really
like-
positive people.
and I would say like give him more hate.
Yeah, haters,
Haters,
do your job.
haters hate.
Yeah.
Celebrators, celebrate.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what
But no, I'm hyped to be on the podcast. Cool to be here and do it. Yeah, it's a dream come true. I've listened to it and now I'm in it.
Yeah, you're in
I
it
feel
right
like
now.
I've made it.
Yeah, true.
Or maybe I've made it.
It doesn't get better than this, my friend. It doesn't get better.
Yeah,
than this.
exactly. But yeah, thanks for having me on.
It's all right, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys, we are available on Spotify, TikTok, as we just said before, YouTube, if you listen to us on YouTube, if you're seeing this, and yeah, all the links will be down below. Any social links or anything Joe wants to put down there, I'll put down in the description as well.
Yeah, mate, I'm off the grid, aren't I?
Off the
You
grid.
won't be able to get me on there.
Okay,
I'm just off the
so
grid, mate.
I'll just blur your face for the whole podcast.
Maybe blur my face, but yeah.
Could you blur my face and bleep everything I've
Yeah,
said?
yeah, absolutely.
No. Thank you guys for listening if you've made it this far. And yeah, we'll see you when we see you.
Yeah.
Bye.
Peace.